Welcome. You're listening to the I'm Wired to Inspire podcast, creatively engineered by Nicole, the inspiration specialist. I'm Wired to Inspire is a powerfully packed podcast filled with inspiration and encouragement to get you through your day. It's designed to inspire you to live your authentic purpose. Now, stay tuned for your host, Nicole, the inspiration specialist, on today's episode of I'm Wired to Inspire.
Hey everyone, and thank you so much for joining me today on my podcast. I'm dropping this one a little late tonight, y'all. I normally have them up there and ready to roll, but the day got away from me, a whole lot going on. But I had to make sure I got in today and I let you guys know what was good. I spoke to a brother in Christ earlier and we had a really good conversation. And he was just conveying some things to me. And he started to say these two words. And these words really rung like just deeply, in my spirit. Like it was just, ever since I talked to him and hung up hours ago, I haven't stopped thinking about those words. And he says, same grace. SAMEGRACE. Same grace. So when I thought about it, the whole thing is, y'all, so many times we get in these situations and we feel like God won't forgive us, or we feel like we don't even want to waste our time and move forward because, I done messed things up so badly now, God not going to do it, or I feel bad, or you feel ashamed. Like I've been saying all this stuff. I've been reading all these scriptures, acting like I'm all Jesus-y, but then I went do this thing that I know is displeasing to God. I don't know if you were in that situation right now, but here's the thing. The same grace he gave to Saul before and even after he became Paul, he can do the same for you. Remember, Paul ended up writing the majority of the New Testament, and his sole purpose and drive in life was to kill Christians. That's all he was wanted to do. He was a madman. He was going under the guise of the name Saul, and he changed his name to Paul. If God could give him that same grace, he can give you that same grace. I know some of you are listening to me right now and you feel guilty about things. You wish you would have made other choices. Some of you are regretting some relationships and some of the circumstances that came as a result of those bad connections. But even with that, God can change anybody and he can change anything. One of the cutest things happened earlier today. I had to go somewhere and I had my niece with me. And, we were just talking about a particular situation. I won't say what it is, but in essence, my niece's response was simply this. She's like, T-Ro, God can do anything, right? And I just said to myself, wow, like out of the mouths of babes. She just was so pure when she said it, God could just do anything, right? And I looked at her, I said, you know what, sweetheart, you are exactly right. And I think sometimes we need to have those moments because we're so used to saying it that we don't believe it. And when someone, the most unlikely someone, will come in and give you what you always say, it'll cause you to believe it again. Because I know for me, sometimes I've been on autopilot so much, I'll repeat things and say things that becomes rudimentary, but it's really not. I'm really not in a space of receiving it and it's settling in my spirit for me to really get it. So I say all that to say this. I don't know who is most in need of this word right now, but this is what my prayer is for you. I pray that whatever it is that is ailing you spiritually, emotionally, physically, even financially, even socially, in any area of your life where you feel some type of discrepancy and you feel that you have detached yourself from the will of God, what I need you to know is this. The same grace he gave Judas, the same grace he gave Saul, the same grace he even gave Potiphar's wife. There's so many people, the same grace he gave Joseph and the same grace he gave everybody. Even the good people in the Bible, God had to extend grace to them. Even the people who had a track record, my God, he gave David grace. So I just want you to know the same grace he gave to them, He can and he will give to you. So after you hear this, I want you to dust yourself off. I want you to start again. And remember, as long as you're breathing, as long as you're moving, as long as you're here, God is not done with you yet. You still have plenty of things to do until you check out. In the meantime, don't check out prematurely. Check out yesterday's message too. I talk about that. Don't die. Don't die. Really go back and check that out if you didn't. It's very short. It's 5 minutes. Go listen to Don't Die if you didn't, please. It was really, really good and it was short and sweet. So as I wrap up, I just want to let you know that as God is extending you the same grace, you make sure you still extend that same grace to other people as well. Okay? Because remember something. God forgives us when we forgive other people. When we choose not to forgive other people and show people grace, then that blessing will be held up for us. I hope this bless you today. I'm wired to inspire. I hope you are too.
Thanks for listening to I'm Wired to Inspire podcast at I'mWiredToInspire.com. If you enjoyed the show, spread the word and be sure to hit the 5-star rating on iTunes. For more information on this podcast and inspirational products and services, log on to I'mWiredToInspire.com. And remember to live your authentic purpose. Thanks again and see you next time.